So he says, Ki'ir Ikar, we're holding in the second Sif, in the middle of Sif Mem Hey. Likutei Halacha Silchak Beis Hashachar Halacha Hey. Ki'ikar B'chinas Avodah Zarah, Nishmad. The main manifestation of Avodah Zarah Nishmad, Hu B'chinas Tavas Momen, greed. The Tirdas U'Meviras HaParnasa, and the bother and the bitterness of the Parnasa. That the Satan Baldava, brings everybody down. The Tivius, hey, naturally it can happen, so forget about it, it ain't happening. And wants to push you away from believe that the fact that Kadosh Baruch Hu is Meshgiach on you, that He watches over you and takes care of you. He wants to distance you from Amunas Hashgocho and V'Arotzon Ha'elyon, the fact that everything runs according to the Rotzon Hashem. Because of that, a person all the time worries about money and about Parnaso. So now, because he sees that this person is very, very meager. There's somebody that has a lot of money, but he wants more and more and more. It all stems from heresy, from disbelief in the fact that the world runs the way Kadosh Baruch Hu wants it to run. Kadosh Baruch Hu pays attention to every detail. That's oblivion and idolatry. All the Avodah Zarah are all stuck in the money. As it says in Torah Chav Gimel and Likutei Moharan, and the correction for that, the tikkun for that is because that's the predisposition of people, greed and disbelief and falling into Inyan Olam Hazeh. So how do you snap out of it? What's the tikkun for that? What rectifies this? Tikkun is b'chinas ma'aseh mishkan. What is ma'aseh mishkan? B'chinas tzedakah la'aniyim hagunim v'ksherim emes. Doing tzedakah to really kosher aniyim. Because the 39 melachas we learn from where? From the Mishkan. All the business in the world, all the melachas in the world, they're all included in the 39 melachas, which we learn from the Mishkan, and it's not coincidental. It says everybody needs to give as much tzedakah as possible, more and more. When you give it that tzedakah, your kavanah should be to draw upon yourself the kedusha of the Mishkan that Moshe made. That he made it with such tikkunim, to rectify for generations to come, forever, the damage and the sin of the golden calf. The Zohar Tavas moment, that's idol worshipping, which is Tavas moment is a greed. In the Mishkan itself were all the supernal colors. Supernal colors are the manifestation kaviyachol of Elokus. These are all these supernal colors are embedded in all the 13 materials, precious materials that were used for building the tabernacle, which is silver and gold and copper and tchelis and crimson. In the root, there's extremely lofty lights. This is the main manifestation, the main revelation of Gedulas Hashem. And it is said in different places. Rabbeinu says in Simcha Chafei, Ach lemata nafla moed. But when it came down, it fell very, very down, very, 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 very much. Atshirov Yisrachkus Bnei Odom Hashem. The main reason why people are far from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that's the botherness, the bothersome nature of money and possessions. שכולם תלויים בכסף וזהב ונחושת ותכלת וכו'. They are all, it's all part of all these certain substances. ומי שמקשר עצמו צדיק ידו אמיתיים. But the minute that you really connect yourself to the true tzaddik yadom, b'chinas moishes, u'mabi b'tzedakah d'kedusha, and you give a lot of tzedakah b'kedusha. In other words, you don't give your money to build museums, art museums, but you give it to Talmidei Chachamim, Aniyim, Agonim, to b'tzedakah l'kedusha l'shamayim v'lo l'spar. You give it to the shamayim, not to boast. There's nothing that you do in this world, good or bad, doesn't have a consequence. There's no such thing as getting away with murder. There's no such thing as free lunches. And on the other side of the coin, there's no such thing as paying without getting. Every cloud has a silver lining. Everything, you always get what you pay for. So when a person gives tzedakah, he does it properly. By giving it immediately, he's imbued and there's an influx of Halas HaRotzim from B'chinas Moshe that will shine to them. That will shine to them any kind of darkness to slink out of that trap and get back to the light, no matter where you find yourself. The Mishkan itself was constructed with such immense kedusha, such immense holiness. Even when it's destroyed, it will protect Am Yisrael. He says, the pasuk says, "Ele Pikudei Mishkan, Mishkan HaKodesh." So you have Mishkan, right?
Yeah.
So, Mishkan B'Vinyonai. So why is the word Mishkan repeated twice? Mishkan B'Vinyonai, Mishkan B'Churbanei. The Midrash says that it's a Mishkan when it is standing, and it's a Mishkan when it is destroyed. That's the reason why Am Yisrael had to bring down and build up and bring down and build up the rest of the Midrash, the Mishkan, wherever it is they went. They had to bring it down and bring it up and bring it down and bring it up. Because the Indian is all the Masai B'nai Yisrael, all the trips that Am Yisrael went in the desert. This is against all the trips that goes to every person in his lifetime. And Am Yisrael, the entire history, all the Masai, and they went to this and they parked there, and they went from here and they parked there. All these Masais of Bnei Yisrael Midbar, every person has to go through his entire lifetime, the Bible says. And Am Yisrael, the history has to go there. Every time you build a Mishkan, you bring it down, and you bring in the Mishkan, and you dismantle it, and you put it together, and you dismantle it. Yeah. You put it together, dismantle it. Mishkan, B'Binyonah, Mishkan B'Churbanei. To tell you that Matov Olecha Mishkanotecha Yisrael.
Why could you tell me this for last week? I have to remember this for another 52 weeks. Hashachar. Nice word.
V'doshu Chazal, that even when they are destroyed, the Mishkanosecha Yisrael, even when the Mishkanosecha are destroyed, they still protect Yisrael. That's why they put together Mishkan every time, and they dismantle it each and every time. And they traveled with it from one place to another. במדבר, חושך ואפל במקום, נחש, שרף והקרב. They travel with it from place to place in the desert, in a place of darkness, in a place of snake and seraphs and scorpions. And then they erected it again. In order to show to generations to come, even when the Mishkan is dismantled and destroyed, it protects them. If you connect your Ratzon always in the Kedusha of the Mishkan, the sanctity of the Mishkan, Bes HaMikdash v'Keilo, והכל בכוח הצדיק כאמס העוסקים במינס המשכן בכל דור ודור. Everything comes with the koach of the true tzaddikim that are dealing with the binyan of Mishkan in every generation, as it is said in the Torah as Amra, in Semer Resh Pei Beis. Through this, you'll lavor b'sholom b'chol midbaris. With this, you'll be able to traverse safely in all the deserts that occur to you in your life. B'chol nechoshev v'tzalmaves, in any kind of death and darkness. Even if a person has to pass in places of snake and viper and scorpion and thirst. Listen to this, what he's saying over here. In all these places, it is an inevitability. Anybody who wants to get to the Kodesh has to go through these places. Especially somebody he fell already where he fell, he transgressed where he transgressed. Now you want to come back, now you want to tshuva. You have to go through all these places. Because in all these places you left things. You left Kedusha was left in all these places. You have to go there, you have to retrieve it, you have to bring it back to the Kedusha. So if a person doesn't want to bother, doesn't care about Kedusha, doesn't get the whole thing, okay, so he can have an easy life. You want to get to Kedusha, you want to get to Kodesh, but you were in all these places and you left your belongings in all these places. Particles of your neshama, part of your Kedusha you left there. So now you want to go to the Kedusha, you have to go back to all these places and gather all these things all over again. He says, and tshuva is always ba'oisa mokum ba'oisa isha, the same place, the same woman. I wasn't talking to you. You want to do tshuva? Okay, you want to do tshuva. It's shtechikus to Hashem. Koko has shtechikus to Hashem. As Chazal, and this is what Rabbeinu said, the Ma'amah Chazal b'ayno de'or. So they said that there's the question of the wise guys of Athens. They asked Tana, I don't know if it was Rabbi Yeshua, Rabbi Yosef bar Kisma. They asked him all these questions. There's all tremendous studies of Torah in the questions and the answers. All that their epicurses are in the questions and the deepest of the Torah in the answers he gave them. So one of the questions that they asked him was a chick that died while in the egg, inside the egg. Where does the neshama go out? Because the egg is closed. So where did the neshama go out? So he told them from where it came in. Same way it came in. So it's all their questions and the answers sound like smart alecky questions and smart alecky answers to smart alecky questions. But there's tremendous secrets and tremendous mysteries in there. And the mystery of this, the Retzisa of the Mayat, which is the Simon Chazain, the Rebbe says that, the same way that the person went out of the Kedusha, he has to come back to the Kedusha.
Yeah.
But then there's a little of a more of a complex mechanism that, you know, that you can manage go through the same port. You have to go through a higher port. But nevertheless, the port that you went out could be the port where your friend can come in. It's a complicated. It's a chaver mavi chaver system. You know, it's a friend brings a friend system. It says the hay. Why is it open on the bottom? You know, it's like $1, and there's a little line, so it's open on the bottom, right?
Yeah.
It says, why is it open on the bottom? So everybody that wants to get out of the Kedusha can just go right out. It says, why does it, the top is also open? So it says, if he wants to come in, to come back in, there's...
With the hay?
The hay.
The hay is open on top?
Yeah, the leg on the left side, it doesn't touch the roof.
Correct.
There's an opening.
Yeah.
It says, why is it open there? So a person will be able to come back into the Kedusha.
That's a hay, right?
That's the thing of, so Listen says, you know, why can't he ask the Rebbe, why can't he person come back through the same behind the dial, the same place? So there's a whole explanation over there in the Torah. So he says that a person himself cannot come in through the gate that he came out. If you started drinking in the bar, you can't stop drinking in the bar. You know, you can't go to the bar to stop drinking. The bar was the opening, yeah?
Yeah.
But you can't go there to stop. Okay, I'm going to stop and I'm going to go to the bar, I'm going to drink ginger ale. You can't do this. You got to leave the bar. So you have to go through a different, you know, but so a person that his problem is different, you know, he can definitely do it through the bar. A person used to go, I don't know, to a drugs thing, you know, maybe the bar is I don't know, just stop saying, will be kulam tzleinu Hashem. Hashem will save you through the strength of the rots and the kedusha. Sheisken diskashus tzadiki emes, by connecting with the true tzadikim. The true tzadikim, they pump this rotzon into you, this power into you, this kind of resoluteness. You have to stick with it. You have to stick with it. In the meantime, you soften, you react softly, you don't argue, you don't, you know, but you have to understand, you have to go through whatever it is you have to go through. You have to be, the Rebbe says, there's a whole training code, the Rebbe says, you have to be an unbelievable action in the Avodas Hashem. Unbelievable action. And the Rebbe says, remember this because you're going to need it. 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 Not, you know, they will, from all sides they'll come on you. Listen, you want to be a billionaire? You want to be a billionaire? Listen, there you got to deal with the mafia. You got to deal with some, you know, going to swim the sharks, the people that are playing hardball. This is all. You want to, because Avodas Hashem, to be an Avodas Hashem, that means to be a true billionaire. That is being a true billionaire. And you understand that you know, behind great fortunes lie great crimes, right? You know what they say that, you know, they say that you don't become a billionaire by being a softie. You don't have to be a tough guy. Well, same thing applies in Avodas Hashem, but here you have to be a soft guy and tough at the same time. You have to be elastic. You have to be elastic in bend this way, bend that way, but don't give up your spot. You know, that's what he says. During Makas Barad, says all the stuff that was already strong, whatever broken, got destroyed. But everything that was young was soft. It remained because it was beaten. It just capitulated, but it remained. It didn't give up its spot. In the Avodas Hashem, you have to be bend this way, punch this way, But don't give up. Don't give up where you are.
Who says this?
Rabbeinu says that.
Barad. Marcus Barad.
On this, the Beseder, Nosson says it.
Okay.
That's the Pashtup Shad over there. That's why I mentioned Ma'aseh Menorah at the very beginning. The main Ma'aseh Menorah is the light of the desire. The desire to HaKadosh Baruch Hu was shining in the tabernacle, in the holy temple. Through this, you bring yourself up from any kind of darkness in the world. For you shall illuminate my candles. We'll continue tomorrow.